Hi everyone, my name is Keith Lubner, managing partner and co-founder of Channel EQ. And in this week's edition of the Channel Leaders series, we have really three very specific keys that leaders and specifically channel leaders should implement to go from being simply good to being great in 2018. Now, these three areas really revolve around what we call the three Ps. It's number one, your perception. So if you think you are a great leader, you're not. If you seek to become a great leader, you will. And it's all in the perception and the notion of continually learning and trying to become better at what you do. We see this fault an awful lot with leaders. They think they've made it and they think that they're a great leader. And the reality is they don't have the trust of their team. They're not driving the sufficient revenue that they need to drive within the organization. But those leaders that are really great are the ones that are continually seeking out how they can become better. Now, the second leg of this stool of going from good to great really revolves around your people and the people within your organization. And let me give you a good example of what a client of ours did based on our recommendations recently. They were struggling with connecting to the different generations within their organization, specifically the millennial generation. And we hear this an awful lot. So what we recommended was for this leader simply to hang out more with the millennials, get to understand them a little bit more. And they thought they were, but what was happening is they were just having dialogue and discussions within the workplace, and they weren't truly understanding or getting to know the millennial and that whole group within their organization. So what they did is they simply spent a few weeks getting to know them outside of the work environment, doing things like a happy hour or going golfing or doing some extracurriculars like that. And they reported back to us that it was eye-opening because they really understood the dynamics of that entire generation, of what's important to them and what makes them feel good and what motivates them. And as a leader, they were able then to turn around and invest in the workplace programs and initiatives that would help bridge that gap, help bring really the human element back into their workplace. So they really were able to succeed, overwhelmingly so, by connecting with these people in a much, much better way. And then the third area really revolves around being proactive. And we hear this a lot as well. And it comes to being proactive and to being productive in the channel. And what we hear a lot about is how can a leader create programs that will help drive substantial revenue? And it really comes down to getting back to simplicity and getting back to what works time and time again. And what I mean by that is take, for instance, prospecting. Right now, we hear an awful lot about organizations that are trying to find the magic, way, the mysterious code, and breaking that code to getting boatloads of leads within their organization. And they're trying different techniques around social media, different techniques around emails, different techniques around everything. And the bottom line is, if you really want to do really great things with prospecting, is you need to go back to simply getting on the phone and calling people. And your organization and your partners need to do that as well. That will build pipeline better. It will build relationships faster. It will create such solid revenue streams of leads that you'll be astonished. And it really is so simple as that. Going back to some very, very easy, tried and true techniques. So those are the three P's that we talk to a lot of people about. These will help you as a leader go from being simply good to being great in 2018.